Test. Okay, that works. Good morning, everyone. Test. Does sound okay? If not, let me hear. Let me know. Okay, where are we at? Oh, this is an exception. Look, guys. This is a candle with no under wick. This does not happen a lot. We don't have a wick on the bottom. Most of the time, we always have both sides. Okay, let's take a look where we're at. Let's take a look if we have news today. Before we start further on, we have no news today. Very clean, easy one. Oh yeah, President Trump spoke at 1 a.m. Did the market move at 1? Let me take a look. Yeah. This is when Trump started speaking. Very nicely moved. Asia does not always have a move like that. We had like 175-point move upwards. We probably come down to this 7-8 level, and then we're going to take a look if we can have a long off of it, at least till this opening gap here. So aiming for a long today, being patient until we hit this area. We're going to take a long off of it. Let's see how many stops is this. That's about a 63-point stop. Let's take a look if we can have anything closer to the bottom. Not that much. Okay, we have an opening. Let's see if we hit this. I'm gonna definitely take a long off of it. There's no. This looks like something's wrong with my screen, or my brightness of my screen. Oh, that's it. Better for my eyes. Stop will be 27,344. Yeah, this will be around the 2.5 order we can make, so definitely a trade that we can take. Entry, we have a 15-minute for value gap laying all the way down here. So we're pretty lucky that we have one. This will be our entry. Make it at 27,398. We have a 53-point stop. So that's $100 per contract that we will take. Entries on the screen, and we will take TP somewhere in this area. Reason, break of structure, retest, continuation. We are still trading longs right now, so nothing is showing us that the market wants to go down. So entry, and we will take TP somewhere around this area. $27,520. It's not always this clear, so maybe that we can see this immediately. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend. So this could be a 2.5R clean trade. Yeah, if we go through that bottom and we do not continue further up, we will take being taken out and it will go much lower then. And we will try that one more time then. Give me a minute. I'm gonna put that in for myself too. I'll watch the chat in a second. Limit was at 27,398. Morning, Velen. Morning, Nigel. So I'm testing something out for all of you. If it works, I'll share it. I'll share more details for it. So for people that actually are not that great in mental capacity and trading, I found a bot that works also. We are programming it and testing it. If it works, I'll let you guys know. It's not cheap. I do have to say that immediately, but if it works, we will see what happens. Friday took its first trade for me, and I want to see how good it works without me being there. If it's not something that works, I'll definitely not share it too. But if that is something that people are interested in, let me know too. It's actually an automation that works for you, so you don't have to do anything. It's not as easy as you think to program these things, but it's quite decent programmed. We're also trading in opening gap now, so we had it closing, so we're now making that open. I do want to see it hit at least that level, otherwise I'm not going to jump into that trade. It's not worth the risk. Close those books. If anybody has a nice question for me, just ask in the chats. In the meantime, I'm gonna do some mailings while I'm here. Everybody understands why I want to take this trade. So break of structure. This is actually a retest off of it. I'm not 100% sure if anybody took that trade from Friday that I shared in the live stream actually. Both of them worked and played out. Or Thursday actually, both of them played out. I personally did not take them because I was not trading on Thursdays. Yes. I'll put it on the screen. Limit order. So this is a trade I want to take. That looks decent. If we are lucky and the market keeps going upwards for today, we could actually end up much higher. So we could actually take this trade further up, but we will see. Can everybody actually hear me, to be sure? Because YouTube sometimes can do strange stuff. Morning, Sam. Thank you, Vele, for responding. So now what we can do is be patient, of course, let the market come to our entry, and for the rest, not much that we can do. Unless you guys have questions, just ask. Or if you don't understand something, ask. I'm here to help. That's why I'm doing these live streams. I'll do my best. Okay, first one. The reason why I'm pretty sure that we come to this area, look, we have a small void right here, so probably we even tap this one too. So if we go a little bit below our entry, don't worry about it. This is like the last place that I want to see it go to. There's still some liquidity in this opening gap, or in this little gap right here, around 27,385. Okay. So if we want to go over the market fully, like what we are doing right now. So on a weekly basis, we also made a break of structure. So keep this in mind that there is a possibility that the market will have some form of a retest someday soon. So this is a BOS in a weekly form. So if the market starts to have a day that we go down, there is a possibility that we go back to fair value price. That would be around this area, 25,288. So keep that in mind because this is now a break of structure upside. We do this monthly, weekly, daily. It doesn't matter in what form you see it, but it can happen in all of them. So again, if we don't get to that area, I am not taking that trade. This is the only possibility that we have that we actually have a great R collected off of it. Unless we have a shift in structure and we can put our stop just under this wick, we could look for another entry. But for now, this is the only entry that I see. Looks like it's slowly getting to our entry. Just be patient, everybody. That's why we're here. Let the market come to you. That's so much easier than trying to chase the market. If we hit that area, we should get a strong reaction off of it back to the upside if the market wants to go back up. Still looks okay. We're almost there. Okay, up to the next one again. In the meantime, I'm gonna get myself a drink. Oh, I'm gonna get myself a drink. I'll be right back, guys. Let's see if we get that order filled. So we're getting very close to our entry right now. So everybody perfectly understands why I want to take this trade. Like I said, there is a possibility that we even come back to this area, but we do have to take this risk. It's too clean of a trade not to take. I'll explain why I say there is a possibility that we come back to this area too. But our first BOS was actually here on this. And if you see this is as a move, we never came back to that fair value of price. So fair value of price is right here. So there is a possibility that we go straight and do that again from this area. And we're gonna try another long then. So keep that in mind. I remember always trading as a probability game. So we always have that much chance that the trade does not go correctly. Always be okay with it. So this month I'm up 5.6 R. I only had like a 42% win rate. This one was pretty rough for me this month too. Not used to this kind of low win rate. But still, we managed to do it and get back. We have 21 minutes, then we have full open. We probably get that entry at open. In about 20 minutes or so. And remember always to have fun when you're trading. We're doing it for fun. And if you think you're not profit, always remember the big picture. It's just one day. It's not like the end of the of everything. So we got 20 minutes for open. Let's see how open what open gives us. So 15 minutes still open. Then we will have that tap, and then we will see how fast it moves. For anybody that's not good at being patient, I would recommend just putting in the limit orders and do something else if you cannot watch those charts. I know a lot of traders actually want to be trading immediately when they get behind the charts. So make sure that you can let that go. It's just trading, people. You don't have to be active in the market to be a good trader. You just have to be patient until the market decides that it wants to come to that entry that you preset for yourself. And this maintains a very healthy mindset for yourself too. There's a big difference between wanting to trade and knowing when to trade. Because you know why you're trading and you have followed that plan so good, you can actually. I don't need to read my plan anymore. I already know it out of my head. But for people that actually are new in trading, I do recommend to make sure that you daily read your plan. Before you start trading, while you're in a trade, read it again, and after the trade, read it again. So at least 3 times. There is a mindset stuff behind it too. So the reason why you read it 3 times is before you start trading, you know exactly then what you have to do in the trade. If you feel emotions or you want to do something that's not that you believe that will not be smart, read your plan again so that you actually can excuse me, so that you can actually see if it is an emotional part that you want to stop doing something or that it actually is just a real reason to stop that trade. But if you can say, okay, I followed my plan fully and everything went correctly, and even the trade did not play out like you wanted it to play out, be very happy. You followed your plan fully, and that means that the market actually just wanted to do something different. That's something that can happen. We all have it. Even the best traders under us still have it. So those feelings never go away. You just learn to deal with them easier. And they just get smaller every time you take a trade. You get more confident, especially if you follow your plan always. This is the way that you get actually way more confident in everything that you do. Do you know if Money Master, the game from Tony Robbins, is worth reading? I did not read it yet. I heard very good. No, so I've heard a lot of good news about it, but I did not read it yet because it's like a book like this, if I'm correctly. Take a look. Yeah, like I thought. I can tell you this. So, if you feel that this person resonates with you and you actually believe everything that he says, you can read it. So, you can see that also as a mentor type. So, any book that you read should be from people that you actually admire, that you know that they have grown that far because of doing the stuff that you want to be doing. If it follows in that category, I would say yes, read it. If it doesn't, I would say pick another one. Also, you got it from a friend, so that's different. If it's something that you really enjoy or that person, if you like him, then you can read it. Otherwise, I would rather say don't read it and take a book from somebody that you actually want to read something from. Can it help? Of course. It can always help. The more knowledge you have about certain stuff, the easier it is to make it. But I'm not sure that he even writes his own books. That I have to look up. So make sure if you read a book from somebody also that you are sure that he himself has written it. Written it. Yeah, that was it. So if he does not write it himself, it's less accurate to read. So because otherwise you're reading something from another person that just did what Tony asked. That's all. And this is something you don't want to be reading then. So make sure if you can read something that it is from the person itself. Okay, looks like we have a small shift here. Let's take a look where we're at and what the market does. We got 9 minutes still open. I'm gonna be a bit more patient. Yeah, we're 8 minutes from open, so I'm not gonna take anything before open now. It's not worth it. So we could just sweep down or go very fast upwards now. So let's be patient for the open to come. It depends that you what when you want what do you want to learn, Veerle? Or what do you want to get out of reading a book from him? Maybe I got a good one that you can read. More financial knowledge in general. Okay, that's a very wide answer. Can you be a little bit more specific what you want to learn about financial? Do you want to learn how money works? Do you want to know how business works around money? Do you want to know? It's a very big priority. More how money works. Okay. And with how money works, let me get a little bit more in detail about that one. Do you want to learn how to get more money? Do you want to learn how to incorporate it? Do you want to know how to get lending easier so that you actually can make more? What exactly? Because yeah, how money works, how it's been printed, is that how, if you want to be learning, that's also something that you have. But of who is the owner about it, if you want to know that stuff, I know a few things. But if you go down that hole, you will never probably want to work with money again. Okay, so more invested way then, if I can see it. How to manage the money you already have and how to make the most out of it, okay? So then I have two questions for you. What do you want to do with the money from yourself? So you can do two things with your money that you have. You can build a company. Let me take it here. You can build a company. Or is it just to let it grow without company? My writing is not that great on English. So is it just for yourself to let it grow, or is it something that you actually want to build into something? Okay, so you don't have an interest yet for the building a company. That's great. So it's really now the money that you have. How can it grow over time without you having to do anything? So that you can keep doing what you are doing right now, that you have money that comes in, and with a little bit of savings that you can actually let it grow. Is that something what you were most telling? Yes. Okay, great. We still have 2 minutes for open. Let's hope that this one comes back down in 2 minutes. It could sweep Asia low one more time, and then we could see that push. Because we didn't hit that 30-minute per value gap too, so we are actually inside the 30-minute and a 15-minute per value gap. So I was actually definitely expecting us to hit it. We did the opening gap did get filled, so this was an opening gap. Was hoping to get a little bit lower than that one. If not, yeah, then we probably will not have this trade. We will see it open, so about 2 minutes from now. And for that investment part, okay, great. Do you want to be doing a lot with that investment, or do you just want to be saying, I don't want to watch it, I don't want to see it, I just want to put it there and let go of it? And come back in 10 years or something like that and see if it grows. Do you know anything about investments already? Divide, if possible, divide it 50-50, okay? Do you know anything about investments yet, except of gold or silver or anything else like that? So we definitely are shifting now. So we are taking internal liquidity right here. So we had a small void, we came up. So this is the last area I want to see it go. Now I do want to see it go down again. So open always can make a bit of a move. Why? A lot of liquidity comes inside. So here we have open in about 15 seconds. Let's see if we can get that drop. to our entry and then continue. Investment way. Okay. So he is open. I'll take a look what I can give you guys. What I can give you. Okay. If I'm gonna be honest with you, diversifying without knowledge is the less smartest part that you can do. Because the more you are diversified, the more you actually have to learn and know knowledge about everything. The more you also have to make sure that you know about every company that you invest in. So there's multiple things actually that can happen with that. If you have no knowledge at all, I would recommend to keep it with the stuff that you actually know right now, the knowledge about, and afterwards look for something that you can invest into. If you want to make it easy for yourself, you want to be investing in companies, you can just like invest in what we are trading. We are trading Nasdaq, so Nasdaq is the 100 best companies of America that technology. So technology device, so more multimedia and computer-wise, cloud servicing, those kind of stuff actually. So that way you don't have to know that much about it. As long as it keeps going up, you're good. So once we have like a retest of this move, would be a good time to invest and keep adding to it. That's one way to do it. Or you have to, if you want to be more into companies that you actually know something about, then you have to take a look around. What are you interested in? And knowledge and books. Let me take a look if I find one that's really good for everybody. So still being patient. We're almost at that entry. Let it come to you guys. It's my last mail I have to send on my daily mailings that I have to do. Well, I did about 70 mails now. Almost done. Yeah. Great. Okay. Let's take a look which book I can give you guys. So if we do get above this area right here, then I'm willing to take a long also. And then we put our stop just under this one. We will have some form of a retest of it, because here we have actually a shift in structure then to the upside, and then we will take a retest and then continue to long off of it. Unless that happens, we're going to be patient for that entry again. We have 9 more minutes, so it's definitely possible that we get that entry. Investments. Let me take a look what's good. Oh, this one I like. Okay, the intelligent investor. So this one is definitely one that you can read. I'll teach you to be rich. There's also one that's definitely a nice one to read. So I'll put in chat. So that's one that definitely would recommend to read. Another one. This is one definitely good to read. Okay, we're almost at the entry. So this is why we keep patient. It comes. It just takes time. That was that entry. So we are in a trade right now. We could drop a little bit more. We could definitely still drop to that 2 points right here that I said, but we're in a long. And now we let the market do its thing again. Put your stop at its place, put your TP at its place, and we're done. So I'm also going to tell you why I prefer to put limit orders in. So keep this one in mind, people. This is something that you actually, if you do this right, you will remember much more why we do this. So the reason why I put a limit order at this area is the market is heading down, and people tend to talk themselves out of wanting to take this trade because of the markets moving in the opposite direction. I am not here to tell this is the best option, but it is for me because I don't want my brain to tell me anything. I just want to see, okay, we saw upwards. I'll put my stop and entry there immediately because I've seen the market want to do this. Like I said, we could all the way come back to this small void that's still here. So if we tap that one, we should have a strong reaction off of it. And if we take that 7-8 level, there is a huge possibility that we have a great trade. There's always a possibility the market just keeps going, of course, but this is the best optional area to take a long of. Reason why? First of all, this is a rectangle. I'll take everything on the screen for a second. I'll put it back in a minute. So this is a rectangle. And we do never want to trade longs from this part because we're above fair value of price. So anything below this is a good buying price for selling it higher again. And then we can also see where we can take it as low as we can. So this is premium and discount. And then we want to be also seeing we still have another premium and discount in. So we took it actually at the lower part of premium and discount the second time, and this is the best possible option that you can have. We put our stop into this one because this was the last liquidity sweep before moving up, and then the market should not come back down here unless we have a shift in structure. I'll put everything back on the screen. I change colors. So now if you don't want to see that money move up and down on the chart, just close your book when you put your stop and your TP inside and just let the market decide then what it wants to do. That's it. More we don't have to do. Okay, let me take a look. We have a few more books that I actually can tell you that's very great for starting and to learn also. This one I like too. I've read it. All books that I share, I have read personally. I would say start with these 4. That will get you a lot further. It will not teach you anything about different kind of stocks. That's not something that they do, but they will keep your mindset clear for a long period of time. So I can recommend just one thing if you want to be an investor for a long time and you want to have diversify a little bit. Commodities like silver and gold, always good. If you want to invest in businesses, you have to learn about them, but that's why we have like the Nasdaq. These are easy ones to invest in because they actually are a bundle of companies. So it's not only on one company you invest, you actually invest on multiple of them. And otherwise, I would say this one. If you want to diversify, do those 3. You'll be good. Everything has volatility, so be okay with the volatility that can come and play. That's something that always happens. We always have some movements up and down. But no, if you have, say that your cash flow, your incoming cash flow comes in, you have to have at least 10% of your income invested. And this is no excuse, so invest it every month for the next 5 to 20 years. You will not have to do anything anymore. If you can do that, you don't need to read any books. You just have to keep doing the same thing over and over again with no excuse for it's less easy right now or anything else. No, you have to do it every month over and over again. No matter what the price is, you just do it. You just put it in and let go of it. It's the same like say that you started investing in Nasdaq like a few months ago. So say that you started investing in this area on November of 25. So the market went great. You went in red. In this whole area, you went in red. But if you invested every month the same amount, you would have diversified. That means that you would DCate in it, and you would have from starting, say that you start at 21,000 and it came to 17 and you got every month a bit, you would end up around 20,000 or something that you're fully DCA'd. So say that you got around 20,000, you wouldn't be very happy right now. You'd be up with your investments 38%. While you also went in drawdown for 24%. So be okay with this volatility and just keep doing it without looking in the short term what the market is doing. If you can do that, you have everything you need. Nice one. Yeah, that's the smartest thing to do. You have to know three things. First of all, before you start investing, is one, um, your income. How much is your income? So you need to know your income that you have, incoming cash flow, outgoing cash flow. If you have those two, then you know what is left to invest and what is left to live easy with. What do I mean by that? You cannot invest anything that you need to make you dissatisfied. So you can invest what you want, but you cannot take it out of your living. So you have outgoing cash flow, that's the normal costs. So let's say that you have utility bills like electricity, food, okay? But you also have like a little bit cash that you need always to something that enjoys you, makes your life a little bit more joyful. So you also need that one. And what's left out of that, that is something you can invest in. And also make sure that you have at least, before you have at least 3 to 6 months worth of cash flow available. If you have that, you can do perfectly fine. The reason why 3 to 6 months, because if you fall out of a job or you have something else, you cannot always take it out of your investments immediately. Because if the investment is in a drawdown at that point, you cannot take it out. Otherwise, you make a loss on your investments. You don't want to be doing that. So you need at least 3 to 6 months to survive, to make sure that you have another job by the time and that the investment can take the time to go up before you can take something out. Keep those in mind and you'll be good. So we're a little bit positive right now in our trade. Let's see what the market is doing. Hope that helped a bit. This is how I actually started off. I was actually a little bit more crazy than you guys. I actually took my full income from everything that I had and I put it full in BTC. But once I sold my house, it played out very great. So I'm very happy. But yeah, that was actually not the smartest thing to do if I look back at it. It played out great, but I just could have played out the opposite thing too because I didn't know anything about investments back then. It was just a bit of faith having and trusting the people that I was talking to. That was it. Once we get above this high at 27,435, we're good to go to the upside. As long as we're not at that point, we are still going to be chopping a bit around and slowly moving up. I have about 21 minutes to stay online. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it played out very nicely. I tenfolded my money in the first year, so lucky too, because I bought actually the bottoms. No, just before we went up, actually, it was. So if I go back to that date, I know it out of my head, actually, because we started doing this. Bitcoin looking like for a nice retest too. Okay, so where did I start doing this? We go back to the year 2020. I invested, my first one was in September, right here. In September, October, around my birthday it was. I'll take those days. It was around 9 to 11,000. It was actually in this area. Once we bought up, yeah, here, in this area, I bought. This was my buying area, where I put everything on the line. And then we did this. That was a crazy amount that I made in a very short amount of time. And I took more than half out when I tripled my money. So where we were here, I took almost everything out. And once we done this downwards movement, I put half of my profit back inside and it on again. And then I actually exited at 55,000, most of it, and then the rest went actually down with my investments. And then I rebought at 22,000, I believe. Yeah, when this move started, it was moving up here. I thought the start of the market was going to start, and I invested around this area. Most of it, what I sold, I put it back in. And my last selling was here. So I made, by taking it out, I gained 48% of my wealth. I kept And then now we're doing this. So after this, it took a while before actually we got there. And I took most of it out actually here after in the beginning of November around 110. So another 400%, and then we are crashing now. I did not take anything out in the meantime. And now I'm reinvesting around 77. I invested a bit around 68. So I'm now DCAing back into it. So we could come back to 48 one more time, but I'm trying to DCA already into it now. But you have to have a heart of steel and a mindset that's not always watch the charts. And I learned that also the hard way. So market is heading up nicely. We should not come back down right now. So I do want to see us continue. After a move like this, we should not come back down. Otherwise, we probably take out the lows. So you can choose to or put your stop on the, or just leave it and just take a one partial, or just let it go. But normally we should not come back down to that entry now. Not after this kind of move up. So again, this was a BOS. This is a retest of that move. So we should move further up right now. We have a small void here. We will tap that definitely. And then I want to see it flush through here. So everybody still remember why we took this trade. Keep that in mind. It was just a very simple concept. We made a break of structure, and this is a retest. We do never trade this leg unless you are doing it from this one. So this was also a break of structure. If this came back lower, somewhere around this area, we could have entered it too long off of it. We did not, because this was weekend. So the market moved up, came back, and it should continue now. If what I said was correctly, of course. If it was not, I just will drop down and it goes out. So this you have to be okay with. And most of the times, if we are correctly, we should not be in drawdown too long. It should immediately start moving in a direction where we want to see it go to. We can see how much patience we actually had to have. This took a full hour of down movement before we actually hit it. We were already an hour in stream, and I set this M limit order an hour before we actually got hit. So take your time for everything. You have plenty of it. This is why I don't trade the minutes or anything else, because it's not easy to do. You have to actually have a very good mindset to trade the minutes. The reason is it goes so fast that you don't always have time to put limit orders in, and you have to actually be okay with every movement the market still makes. Okay, I have about 10 to 15 minutes. I'm going to take my other drink right now, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now we should move continuously upwards. If we come back down now, it should not look great. So if you want, you can put your stop just above break even. There is nothing here that tells me that we want to go back down now. So if we do come down, we will take everything out. So I would recommend to put your stop just a little bit above break even and let the market do its thing. I'm going to do the same because we have this little gap right here and we could end up moving all the way back down. And I don't want to be part of it then. If the market does come one more time down, we will take out everything. So I don't want to be part of it then. We already had that shift up. We should continue further up right now. And if we do not, I'm not going to be in it. So this is then a risk-free trade that we have, where nothing else that needs to be done. We can let everything go. Just make sure that your fees are paid so that you don't have to pay $1 or $2 for every entry that you take. So make sure that you are at almost the same level of your fees and let the trade go then. Hope everybody fully understands why we took this trade today and why we have always the patience for the market to come to us. If not, it's a good time to ask. I'll explain it one more time then for everybody to remember. If you enjoy these kind of trades and me doing it live on Mondays here for free for everybody, give me a thumbs up. That helps the channel grow a bit. It's not, believe me, it's not easy to grow a channel right here, especially not in this kind of environment where I'm trading off. I've been doing this now for 5 years online, and I've been trading live on this channel for over a year, and I'm still only on 800 subscribers, or 880. Let's make it to 1,000 this month. You guys can help me, that would be great. It's actually not easy, but I still make it fun, so that's the most thing of it. I enjoy it. I also explained why this is my first TP. So if the market should not continue downwards, it should actually come all the way back to that candle's body. And that would be great to see then. If you have this TP, we have a small 15-minute for value gap still. So if you don't make that one, we take it all just a bit below it. That's a perfect area. I will not take another trade today. I will start journaling this one first of all. Take your journal out, everybody. Log them already. We're here anyway, so dude, make it a habit from doing this. We're at 27 today. We took a long. What happened in the trades? We had a BOS to the upside. Took a long on a 15-minute FEG below the 0.78 level of a FIB tool. Now we're letting it run. That's it. More not to tell about this trade. We will take a screenshot right now. I will take a screenshot at the end of the trade or tomorrow morning, of course. We entered the trade at 10 o'clock. Yeah. No, maybe a little bit later than 10 o'clock, but 10 o'clock is okay for me. Not gonna go to the minutes or something. That part is not so interested for me. So that's it. And more you don't have to put in your journal. Make sure you have a screenshot. I'll share my screen for a second. That you put everything in. So date, name, date, long, the amount that we make, that's R collected. We add a boss to the upside, so everything's put in. And here we have our first screenshot. So on trading view, and then the last one that we make afterwards. After that, actually, the market headed to the direction that we wanted to do. That's it. More you don't have to journal. Unless you want to be more specific for yourself, you can always, of course, but that's about what I put in my journal. So here we have that small void that I was talking about, and here the market could have an action back down. So this is why I said put stops at break even, because this is the last place, the POI, that the market could end up a little bit more down again. And if it does that, I don't want to be in it. Because you only get one chance after a retest to continue. Normally it should not hang around. It should continue rather fast back up. I appreciate every one of you being here. Hope you guys learned something. Oh, I do have a question for everybody here. I'm looking for making new YouTube videos, and I'm wondering what you guys actually want to learn. What interests you guys most? If you can help me out with that, that would be amazing. Then I actually can build something around it. If you want to join the group, you can always join my group too. I still have a code in right now till the end of the month that you get a little bit of discount to join the group for the first time. New short videos always. Yeah. What kind of short videos, Farmer? Arjun? Is it rule based? Is it psychology mostly? Okay. Thank you. So the next 19 minutes will be very interesting. I'll write that down. Psychology, short videos, psychology. Okay. Anybody else has an idea what you want to learn? Keep it in trading or investments. Okay. How to read the market? Yeah, I do it in live streams. That's correctly, but YouTube is something he does not share live streams. So only when I'm doing it live, people can actually join, and afterwards, people actually don't see the live stream anymore. It doesn't share on YouTube on a variety afterwards. So it's good. Thank you. I'll do that one too. I'll go over the live markets again. How to read them. I'll make it simple. Simple steps how to read the market. Okay, great. Thank you for helping. Yeah, if this is something that you guys want to learn, it's probably something that more people want to learn too. So that's why I asking. So I'm gonna be honest, who would take this trade while the market was going down without me? Who would have set the same limit orders that I did right now on this trade? You can be honest. We're all here to help, so thank you for the honesty, Arjun. And can you yeah, understand? Probably not because it was so close to Asia low. Okay, great. Pre or close below, yeah, I understand that one. Yeah, that's one is something different. So love the honesty, guys. Appreciate it all. So this is something that I can learn too from. So Patty, he said probably not because it was close to Asia low. I will explain that one too in a video why not always Asia low needs to be taken. If you oh yeah, I see what you meant. You waited for this one to happen. For this 5 minute to get inverted, right? Fully. And then now it's taken the upside, so we could come back one more time to this area right now here to get a tap off and then continue. So you could get this area one more time. But this is definitely a nice 2 15-minute candles closing above previous highs. This definitely looks bullish. So we should have, if we have a 15-minute for value gap in here, there is a possibility that we tap that one more time after the next candle is fully formed, and then we get a tap to continue off of it. But I do not want to see the market definitely go below 27,389 now. My lows are at London's low now. Yeah, understand it. I would do the same. Yeah, the reason why I took this trade, Patty, is because I trade the 15 minutes and you guys trade the 5. So if you trade a lower time frame, you have a different entry than I do. But for me, this was the retest to continue from it. Was it close to Asia low? Yeah, it was close. Could we have a retest of this? Yes. But as long as we are trading in this area, look for Veerle, for you, as long as we're trading in this area, you should take that trade from this area. And then if it fails, we take it again from this area. You just do it twice if it didn't work the first time. That's all. There's no right or wrong. There's just taking the trade. What is the trade? We make a break of structure and we have a retest. That's the trade setup. If the trade setup is correctly, it should move in the direction that we wanted it to move. And this was a retest to continue. Why do we take our TP here? Because I'm not sure that we will take out Asia high. If you have multiple contracts, you can take a full TP right here or just let the rest run. We will see what happens. I'll probably take full TP right there. We have a 2.9R at that place. I'm happy with that one. I will not let it run to make maybe a 4 or 3R out of it. I'm very happy with this trade. It plays out nicely, so I'm not going to hold on any longer than needed, actually. Like Veerle said, we didn't retest the lower part yet, so there is a possibility that the market just taps this and then does this in New York-based session and then continues back up. Then to take every liquidity that was being created. You should almost be up around 1R right here if you took the same entry as I did. Yeah, I understand. So this is your way of trading, and I like that you explain it so nicely, Patty. The only thing is, I don't trade that way, so I don't wait for the changing character yet. I just traded from this area. So for me, this was the move up. This is the retest. That's the continuation. If it takes it out, I'm willing to do it again. I'm okay with by taking a loss or not a profitable trade. I'm okay with it. This is my setup, so I cannot not take it. I have to take this. If I don't take it directly, I'm building up a not good habit for myself. So the same for here. This was the first break of structure that we made. This was the second. So I would have done the same. If the market went down, I would have entered it around this area again and took a long off of it again. But you cannot know beforehand or afterwards, intraday, if it goes all the way to that level. You cannot know. That's just the thing. Nobody knows. That's why it's called a probability game or a probability trading session. That's why we have certain amount of R that we want to collect. This is why we just have that much win rate too. So we only have like a 60% win rate. So 40% of the times it sweeps it, and the other 60% of the time it does not sweep it. So do you know when? No, you don't. You just have to go with it. That's the full honesty. I just don't like to trade reversals. So that's why I don't want to be patient for that sweep. Yeah, no. Never say that you missed some of the move. No. You took the move right now, and that's the great thing about it. So this is your way of trading. There is no right or wrong way of trading. You just have to keep doing your way over and over again. And never say, should I have done this? It would have ended up differently. There is no better or wrong way of trading. There is just your style of trading. And keep doing it over and over again until you master it better and better. That's the thing that you can do. You can become better at it. You cannot say, oh, I should have taken it maybe a bit earlier to have a longer, better trade. Isn't that much worth. My stop was 60 points or something, I believe, around 50 points. Yeah, look, my stop was 52 points. I believe that even if you entered it later than I did, you have a much smaller stop than I do. You should have a max of like a 30-point stop. So your trade would actually be bigger than mine. So if I take a long and I said we would enter it here, you put it at stops. Like you make actually a 2.5, and I only made a 2.2 for the same trade. So yours actually missed a little bit of the move, but yours actually better than mine because you have a bigger R collected. So there isn't a right or a wrong way to trade. It's just your style to trade. And if you feel comfortable doing it your way, keep doing it that way. This is how you build up a good system over time. I'm just here to show you how I trade. That's all. This is something I can teach everybody, but this is something I do over days, months, years of continually doing the same thing over and over again. Yeah, 50-point stop is okay for me. Yeah, 1 hour for me is, I believe, around 6,000 now. It's a 1 hour for me. So that's okay for a stop for me. I still have to put in too many contracts. Yes, I do. I have a free part of my group and a paying part of my group. In the paying part, you see me trade live every day. Sorry, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays. And the not paying parts, you see my info while I trade something, but not everything. But you can join, perfectly fine. I'll send you an invite. I still have a discount right now on my for my group. So if you go to my bio, it's on my bio too. Yeah, 1 hour is 6K for me. Yeah, this was my last trade I took. This was my profit of my one of my last trades that we took. This was a 3R for me that we made. That was on April 21. Like I said, I've been doing this for a while, guys, so you can get there too. Just take it easy. And make sure you don't trade for money. Make sure that you trade to build a skill over time to get to that point. It's not how much you make, it's just every R that you collect is a good R. Send me a DM when you get inside the group, Patty. I got 2 more minutes and then I have to go. I'll then take a walk with my dog. He'll enjoy it. Oh, I shared a trade in group too. I didn't remember that one. in everything that I am in. You're almost in the same groups that I used to be in. Smart trading. Yeah, Casper's okay. Play a bit too. But make sure that you just follow yourself. You don't have to follow anyone around. Thank you, Vele, for the kind words. So in 2 minutes, I'll close the stream. You guys see this. Take a screenshot if you want to. It's maybe a good time. Or you have to rewind the stream a little bit so that you know where your TP is at. It should already be set, so make sure that they are set, your TPs, that the market should do its thing. We do have an hourly for value gap laying in this area right here. So make sure if you want to take a partial, you can take one there, but I'm going to leave it all the way to TP1. I'm not going to take a halfway partial. I'm just going to let it do its thing. So you should almost be up right now, 1 hour again, around the same area. So it's 1 for 11. I have to go, guys. So I wish you all a very great trading session for the rest of the day. Thank you all for being here, for supporting the channel. I always appreciate it, and enjoy the rest of your trading day. I do mention, if you took this trade with me and you took some profits or anything else, do not take another trade today. It's like a rule for yourself that you should set up 1 trade a day if you take a profit, 2 trades a day if you did not take a profit. That's something that you really have to start trying to do for yourself so that you actually have free time still, because we're trading for freedom and not for sitting behind the charts all day. So enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for being here. Enjoy. Thanks for the kind words, guys. See you back tomorrow. Trading for freedom. Yeah, 100%. Appreciate anytime.